Hi, everyone. Make sure we're all set up here. Can everyone see me? Hi, Tracy. Hi, Lindsay. Thank you. Number one, number two. You guys are racking up those YouTube points like crazy. So for those of you who joined me last week, I was the Grinch. This week, I decided to go with a more classic Hallmark movie. I just chopped down the tree in the back, and I'm going to go meet my future lady at the coffee shop for a mocha. So that's who I am this week. We'll call him Ted, but if you don't know me, my actual name is Bobby. Bobby Mitchum. I'm a VP of Sales here at Boost Engagement. If you missed us last week, we had a really great conversation about why gifting is so important and why it's important to start thinking about it this time of year early so that we can get this done for you as quickly as possible. If you joined us last week, I did wrap it up in 30 minutes. My goal today is to hit just a little bit under that and give you some of your time back. But we had a lot of questions about our. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving us through the presentation with my dear friend Emma, making sure that it's working correctly. Okay. Are we seeing the correct screen? Yes, we are. Perfect. All right. So today's topics, I'm going to talk a little bit about some pain points that sometimes happen with our customers if they wait too long, or anything that you might experience throughout the holiday season. A little bit of data behind custom gifting, again, just to remind you of why we're here and why we're talking about it in October. And then I'm going to walk us through. So a lot of questions came about our pop-up shops last week. So I'm really going to dive in and show you how to simplify and how quickly we can do these for you. And then, at the end, I'll talk again about a little bit of the Boost Engagement Advantage, what you can expect when working with us. And the Q&A portion does not actually exist since I can't see any of your questions, but our entire team is available on the chat to answer any questions you have while I go through this. So please ask your questions, schedule follow-up meetings. Whatever works best for you is going to work best for us. And we are here to support you through this season to make it lasting for your employees and your customers and your stakeholders, but most of all for you, because we know it can be a stressful time of year. So let's talk about what can happen. So I'm going to be really transparent on what a lot of our customers in the past have experienced at one point or another, either by not thinking about holidays soon enough, or what can happen with carriers, what can happen with outside forces that really drive us into push us against a wall and make us have to pivot really quickly. So a lot of our customers, and probably you right now, are thinking, well, I don't want to really worry about this till November. Please don't. Please don't. November gets a little bit more difficult because that's whenever organizations start closing down for specific holidays. November becomes more difficult because our vendors have already allocated stock for the items that you want to someone else because they planned ahead. November gets more difficult because shipping takes longer, production takes longer, ideation takes longer. So many different things can happen if we wait until November. So I please urge all of you to think about getting your holiday orders in this October. If you are worried about gifts arriving to you or employees or customers too early, please don't worry about that. We have a full service warehouse in Moraine, Ohio, where we can hold, kit, and ship from there. So sooner the better. We're not going to deliver early. We're here for you. If we go into December and you're like, hey, it's December 1st, I'm ready to order my gifts to arrive before the end of the year. Bigger problems. Then we're looking at rush fees. A lot of our factory partners can still do the orders, but we're going to be paying premium pricing for them. We're going to be paying huge rush fees. We're going to pay higher shipping rates. So there goes our budget. And then if we think about that also, again, I'm talking about like what's available in stock. We have less choice. We can't design it as well as we talked about last week. because our factories can only print one color now because they have to do it so quickly. Production times go from 5 to 7 days to 10 to 15 business days. So a lot of things start to work against us as we get to the close of the year. And then also we might run into a situation where we won't be able to kit them for you or assemble them because there's just no more time left. The best we could do is bulk ship to your office locations and everyone grabs out of a box. We don't want that experience for your employees. We want your employees to feel special. We want them to feel like everything was thought out end to end. And that's why October is important. So please get your orders in. I'm going to keep saying it. And then lastly, shipping delays. This time of year, I think you all know we are not FedEx, but we use FedEx. FedEx is usually pretty difficult to work with this time of year. We have a lot less leeway in our relationship when it comes to this time of year, just because of the sheer volume they're experiencing. They're getting so many shipments going out, from personal shipments to large corporate shipments. With that means that shipping times extend, shipping prices go up, and we have a lot less say in, if there's snow, what happens then? We wait 3 days for the snow to pass so the trucks can get back out onto the streets. There's lots of things that could happen. So really just keep that in mind of what you could experience. And because we're here to help mitigate that as much as possible, but the sooner we start, the better. Now I'm going to talk a little bit of, last week we talked about the gift of choice, and it seems like everyone really gravitated towards that idea around a solution where your employees or your customers or your stakeholders are able to choose what they would like, what experience they would like for the holidays. This is great because it helps us budget for you. It provides a selection, so it's not one size fits all. It's what do you really want? It's impossible for us to have organizations where we have 50, 200, 2,000, 200,000 employees and understand what every single one of them wants or what's going to really fulfill them this holiday season. So that's why our pop-up shops are so brilliant, right? Whenever we do more personalized gifts like that, and when I say personalized, I mean that they have the option to choose. They have the option to make it personal to them, not necessarily putting their names on it. Because that's a whole nother ballgame that we're not going to talk about today. But when we personalize these gifts, we typically see 5 times ROI in retention and engagement, so big. 47% higher customer loyalty. So this is why gifting your customers is also super important. And what better way to do that than with a high quality item with your brand on it? And then it also increases employee morale. I think last week you probably remember I said that 33% of employees consider leaving an organization when they don't receive a gift at the end of the year. Just something to keep in mind. And a little bit more data, 2024 Snappy survey, nearly 3 out of 4 employees hope to receive a gift, 74%. And then 69 employees would love to choose their gift. Okay, so with that, continue asking questions to the team there. I'm going to switch over and we're going to do a quick demo of our pop-up shops, how simple and easy they can be. And I will be one moment. Hi, it's me, Big Face. So now we can see all of me. So I'm going to walk us through the solution for pop-ups. I'm going to try to stay out of frame as much as possible, but we are going to weatherman it. So my hands will be here. You'll see everything I have to point at along the way. So a couple of quick notes about our pop-up shops. Please engage with your sales reps to understand what's involved for your organization. There's so many options whenever we build out these stores. Some do come with a price tag, some do not. For instance, we could do, if you have really strict security around it, we could do single sign-on. So through your already existing company store for our pop-up shops, lots of different things that we can build for you. Keep that in mind. And currently our pop-up shop launch times are running between 7 and 10 business days. As all of you on the call today come through and say you want a pop-up shop, that's going to start extending through the season. So keep that in mind too, because we do prioritize them as they come in. And we do not start working on our pop-up shops and the build until all products are selected and we understand what you want out of it. Okay, so all of that, keep in mind. So whenever we build the shop, we have multiple ways to log in. They could use their company email address and a password, or like I mentioned, we can go with single sign-on, or we can also collect a login information after they select their gift. That one's the least popular. So real simple, log in there. And the whole idea of our pop-up shops is to keep it as simple as possible. So the design behind it is very, very broad, but also limited in a way. So if we did a special, let's say, holiday logo for your organization, we could obviously have that listed right up here in the corner. We could add a banner along the way that says a little bit about why we're gifting. Maybe it's a message from your CEO saying, thank you so much for a wonderful year. Here's a gift on us to bring in the new year. It could be from your HR team, whoever you'd like there. And then whenever we're talking about a catalog for our pop-up shops, I think it's very important that we talk about the idea that the catalog is limited, right? So when we build this out with a free gift in our pop-up shops, we limit it to one product per user. So let's say Jane in accounting went on and picked gift kit number 1. She's going to go through the order process. After that, she can't order another kit. That helps us manage your budget a little bit. But with that, we don't want to give them too many options. Too many options can be overwhelming, and it can pull out the whole idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. We made a curated selection for our employees. 3 to 5 gifts is a wonderful place to land by the end of it. So don't go thinking maybe we have 20, 30. That's really us building a store, so we need to have a completely different conversation about it. Now, a couple of other features that they absolutely have access to is over here, the chat feature. So as all of you know on this call, we do have a live customer care team, and they are available 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Oh, look, you can see my little ring light. It helps with my beauty. Then going down, all right, so these are pretty generically named here, but we can name these however, whatever you want. I've seen some organizations go in, maybe they wanted to offer a wellness kit, a mindfulness kit, and a food gift, right? So we can name them whatever convention you think would be best for you. Additionally, what I'm not showing here is we can also add apparel. So if you wanted to offer a jacket for the holiday, we can utilize one of those here in men's, ladies, unisex, whatever your organization needs. Going into the item, for those of you who have company stores with us, this isn't entirely groundbreaking in what you're seeing because you already experienced this. But basically, we go in and we can see a quick name, what it's called, a brief description about it, and then the items itself in this image. You can grow, and then we can also add additional images to show different uses of the items if something's a little bizarre. For instance, maybe a puzzle box or something, or closer views of each of the items themselves if we were to do something in a kit format like this. They would simply add it to cart, and again, all of the colors, the buttons, everything. Go back and show you real quick. All these buttons, anything at the home screen, all of it is customized to your brand. So at no point think that we're going to see a lot of boost engagement whenever we build a pop-up shop. Nope, we understand this is 100% for you. Let us build it for you. I'm going to go back to my cart real quick. Okay. So whenever they get to this screen, this is where it starts to simplify even more from a shopping experience. So as we know, we're not charging any of our employees, our customers, or stakeholders for this solution. We are going in and we just want them to be able to jump in, check out, go about their day. So we're going to go down. I have already input all of my information, but if they have never shopped with us before, it would have a screen where they would input their address information. If it auto-filled for them, they could use the edit button right here to go in, and it would look similar to this, where they can change that up. Once I hit continue checkout, this is when it starts to speed up super fast. So basically, it just gives me the whole summary. It shows what I ordered, it shows where it's shipping, and it shows that it sold it to me. All I have to do now is submit my order. And ta-da! Now, what the employee experiences next is they would almost immediately receive a confirmation email of their order. After that, they would it would arrive on their porch. Typical, we would usually leave these open for about 2 weeks at a time to collect all the information that we can, close it down, and then start production on everything. We also have the opportunity to go ahead and buy minimum quantities up front and warehouse those and ship them out immediately after we close down. Regardless, basically we use our pop-up shops as a data collection tool overall. And please, again, if you have any additional questions, want to see additional features, please schedule that meeting with your sales rep, and they would be happy to help you walk through these. All right, we are going to jump back over to our deck. See, green and red. I saved the holidays. The big corporation was going to come take it down. Not on my watch. Okay, we would just share here. If it doesn't look like I'm doing anything, it's because I'm not. I have my friend Emma here doing all of it. She's amazing. Here's for Emma. Thank you, Emma. She's not going to say she doesn't want to be on the webinar. Okay, let's see. We ended up here. So last couple of things I'm going to talk about. And I told my team that if I don't end in 20 minutes that they can yell at me, but I have 3 minutes, so I can make that happen. Again, I wanted to talk about us as a partner. Gift smarter this holiday season. Really work with us. Let us make it stress-free for you. Start now. And because if you start now, we have so much more time to be creative. We're not being reactive. We're being proactive with you, telling you that now is the time to go. This is where we can make the most impact in your holiday season, and we will manage it end to end. A couple other things if you don't know about us, if you're new with us, we are woman-owned. We are 2023 Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Ethics, and we are an IGC premium partner. Great. And then last thing here, I talked about this last week, but discover, align, explore, customize, order, receive. That's our process behind this. We'll work with you to understand and learn more about what you want to accomplish this holiday season, explore options with you, bring out a really brilliant customization, place your order, and then we will take care of all the fulfillment to make sure it gets shipped out where you need it to go. Unless you want it to go to your offices, then we will provide beautiful packaging and any reporting you need for that. And then to wrap us up, again, start gifting with us. Email us at sales@engageboost.com. And then if you don't mind, please go ahead and scan that QR code and leave us a Google review, and we will send out a new free H2Go tumbler with our Obsessed art on it. Yeah. So thank you all. It was lovely seeing you again. My screen has been blessed once again. Thank you, Tori. You're welcome. And yeah, let's start the holidays, everyone.